I know, but you promised that you would never bring up your goats in public again. Anyways, welcome to Chummy Thumbs, everybody. Today, we are diving into the high-tech mining world of Total Recall 2012. Why? Because we talked about it on a previous episode, and I really liked it. Remakes, reboots, sometimes they're hit or miss. Some people are suckers. They just always like the original. Oh, the original is better. But I really liked this one. I liked it better. And I know, Hayden, you had seen it, I believe, a while ago, and Shao, you hadn't. So I thought this would be kind of fun to do and talk about. And then we started thinking about, I wonder if there's some other remakes, and we could kind of dive into some other ones in the show. And I got a little something that I want to talk to you boys about in regards to that. And you know what? We're going to do a fun little game today, people. Yeah. I'm going to be throwing some questions to see if my co-hosts here can separate fact from fiction in a game I'm calling Total Recall or Total Fabrication. You tell me. Anyways, welcome everybody. Shao, Hayden, man, it's been a couple of weeks. We took a week off. A couple of us were sick.
Yeah.
How are you guys doing? Refreshed?
Refreshed. I feel a lot better. Did you guys have a good, Remembrance Day weekend/week?
Yes, it was busy. We were in a hockey tournament. I think that's probably where I got sick.
I probably got sick at the hockey game.
Yeah.
The Canucks got destroyed 7-2 or whatever it was by Edmonton. But anyways, we're not going to get into that because
cut that, Hayden. Just cut that. That
because
never
Hayden
happened.
doesn't like talking about hockey ever. So you're lucky. You get a pass.
Yeah.
Hayden, you got the tea going today?
I do. And I had a question for Shao. What's your brand of tea? They got different quotes, somewhat better quotes than the ones I got.
I thought it's the same brand, but I think mine are just old. My box was just older. I got it 2 years ago.
Oh, probably. It's just an old batch.
Yeah, it's probably old batch.
Because this is traditional medicinals. Sounds like it should have something else in it, but
it does. It kind of sounds like something you'd name a weed company. But what do you got on the quote there today?
What have I got on the quote here? We're throwing it back. We haven't had a quote for a while, have we? So today, it is, the plants have enough spirit to transform our limited vision.
Yeah,
really
are better.
I think they're really running low on ideas.
Yeah.
You got to find out where you get your tea bags, and you got to tell Hayden.
Yeah. This is Rosemary Gladstar. Anyone chime in on her? Rosemary Gladstar? Anyone? No? Okay.
Wasn't she the granddaughter of the late great Sir Larry Glad
Star? Glad tree.
I was like, well, what is it?
It's a branch of the family. Tree, star, earth. I don't know. But
it all comes from carbon. Anyways, okay, let's get to it here. Because I want to talk to you guys. I want to spend some time on this. But I want to pose the question first to you guys. The $1 million question. Was it real or was it recall?
Shao, you got strong opinions on this film.
Okay, well, first of all, for people who haven't watched it, spoiler alert.
Yeah, you should have watched it 12 years ago.
I should have watched it.
There will be tons of spoilers.
I think it's it happened. That's my belief. I think it happened.
Is there anything particular as to why?
I didn't really even play the you know what I mean? How do I say it? I didn't even think too hard about the other scenario for me. It just, for me, for some reason, it just makes more sense. Oh, okay, it's, it did happen. I know I did, I did some reading after, but then I think I also read what the writer / director intended it to be as well. I don't know if you
Right.
guys know it or saw it or whatever, but yeah, he said that it happened, but then there's some other theories and stuff here and there that
Well, way to get all like literal about it, Shao. Okay, let's move on just to the next question because Shao, the writer, said it was real. So what are we fucking talking
Well, I mean, I
about?
think, but
Sorry.
also
So I
think
don't
it's-
even get it. I don't even get to say it. It's just like, okay, we'll move on. We'll
Yeah.
just move on.
Sorry, Hayden. Shao just
He just
What do you
debunked
think,
the whole
Hayden?
film. Debunked.
yeah.
Well, I think I'm on Shao's opinion on this one because it would have to be real because if it wasn't, what was the point of all of it? Like, why? So if he was just someone who's if he's in I don't know. It's one of
'Cause he
those
wanted
things.
the-
He wanted the recall of maybe
Yeah.
he was a spy,
yeah.
But then he wakes up from recall at the end of it to signify that it was a part of that. I know that that's, how movie storytelling can work. They let the audience decide, oh, which was it? But
Yeah, I feel like if they really wanted to go down that route, they could have made it a lot more apparent and more obvious in a way that they could have added in something with the audience, like, huh? That almost like the Inception part at the end with the top. You know what I mean? Did it stop or whatever?
Yeah.
I think they could have done a bit more of that kind of
They did.
cliffhanger
They
sense.
did one tiny thing because, I mean, the first time I watched it, I obviously rewatched it. The first time I watched it, I would say I don't know how long, but there was like a good portion of that where I was like, at first I didn't really think it like immediately, and then but like very shortly after I thought, what if this is
Right.
just a recall? And I'm with you guys. I think it happened. I think it makes for a much better story if it did. Because Hayden, like you say, I mean, what would be the point if it wasn't really? And so I think from a storytelling place or audience, like it makes for a much cooler story if it is real. But they do that little thing at the end where they flash the sort of recall sign when he's I forget her name now, Jessica Biel's character at the very end of the movie.
Jessica's character is
So
Alina.
yeah, and then because his wife, air quotes, when she comes and tries to kill him in the ambulance at the end, I didn't see that coming at all. And I kind of, when he woke up there, that's kind of like, I wonder what's going to happen, where the film's going to go. And she tries to kill him, and I don't know if you remember after that, he goes out, and it's kind of in the aftermath of everything. And then they hug, they have their moment, and then he looks up at the skyline, and there's the big recall billboard up there.
Right.
So they do have like a little thing, but yeah, it's not really much.
Rush. I mean, I did watch this. Not literally not too long ago, but I forgot when in the ambulance when it was revealed that Kate was in there.
Yeah.
Did she voluntarily reveal herself, or did something happen where?
They held hands, and if you remember him and the other, and what's Jessica Biel's character's name again?
Melina.
McKenna. Melina. When they have matching bullet hole scars.
You don't have it's like where you don't have a whatever. I remember that.
Which that was like one thing of many things that I really actually thought they did a good job in this movie, is they had all these little reveals and all these little where he's starting to get his memory back. I thought they did a really good job of that, and I really liked the moments. Like I really liked the moment at the piano because the whole time, and I love that. I don't know if you guys did, but as an audience, I came to the realization before the character, because remember he's told in the video to himself, the key, you got to find the key. And then when he goes back to his apartment and he sits down at the piano and he kind of starts playing that song, I was like, oh, this is I don't know. I thought they did a really good job of that.
A fun fact on that, I totally forgot. This is a Hayden story, just so you guys can switch off. Um,
Just gonna go brush my teeth real quick.
Sounds good. So, audience, hear me out. If you ever wanted to dig into my filmography,
And we just lost our list.
Okay.
there you go. So that 7 is now 4, 3, 2, 1. Boo! I'm talking to dead space here, people. My first short film after film school. Well, not after film school. When I came back to Canada, Discovery with Mr. Justin here. Justin plays a musician who plays a piano. And I was like trying to figure how to shoot a piano scene. And this film, Todoroki, had come out just 2 years prior. So it was still relatively fresh in my memory. So I applied it to the way we shot the Discovery piano scene. So if you do a side-by-side comparison, it'll look nothing alike because I wasn't that skilled of a filmmaker. But the inspiration is there. Second,
little tidbit. Oh, there's more. Okay, go.
The second part is about Colin Farrell's performance in that scene, which I really enjoyed, was the fact when he was playing the piece and then he has the character realization of, oh shit, this is a previous memory of me, like knowing this piece. I thought it was a very authentic piece of acting, which I really enjoyed. It wasn't just like, that's how they told that story element, was through his character's performance and response to himself. So I enjoyed that from a audience and a director's, eye. And that's it. You guys can switch back in now.
I thought Colin Farrell was great in this film. I really like him. And yeah, I agree. I thought it was shot beautifully. That scene and his realization, even that whole apartment is kind of when things start coming back for him. Like when he's at the mirror and he's kind of looking at the mirror and he sees the thumbprint on it. And he did a really good job.
Yeah, I think actually just overall the casting is, it's a very strong cast.
-1.
Speaking of I want to give props to where casting is due. I want to give a shout out to Kaitlyn Leeb, who is the three-breasted woman, and probably my favorite part of the whole movie.
Okay, hold on a second. Did you finish it, or did that just stay paused on your screen for the next 90 seconds?
That's why I was I didn't really like the movie.
Yeah.
Well, no, because like I was confused as to why the movie is 8 hours long, but I just realized.
So it's such a long film.
I love the plot point.
Yeah. Oh, she's okay. Anyways, carry on. I just wanted to give her a shout out. Kaitlyn.
No, please, just you know what? Can you give the name again for everybody in case they missed it?
Kaitlyn Leeb. That's Leeb.
What else has she done?
If you want to see?
It's just gonna ask that.
Well, I can't remember exactly where, but it's probably the first like 10 minutes of the movie. It's really early in the movie.
What else is she in for research purposes? What else has she done? Does she actually have 3 boobs?
Yeah, we need to know.
These are the important questions.
These are the important questions. We need our research team on it.
She's been on, quite a lot. She's been a lot of like Christmas. I'm guessing like those TV movies, like Hallmark movies. She's been on a lot of those. Yeah, it's a lot of Degrassi. C. Bitten, Republic of Doyle.
So you still haven't answered Hayden's question though.
What was your question? Sorry, Hayden. I got distracted.
Does she really have 3 breasts?
Unfortunately, no. So they didn't, for casting wise, they didn't actually go look for a 3-breasted. Okay. I think it's fake.
Could you imagine like a casting call goes out, a worldwide casting call? We're looking for a natural 3-breasted woman.
Yeah.
Though I wonder if anyone came in with their own prosthetic. Just, as actors, do you ever do that? Do you ever dress in character when you go in for auditions? Do you ever do you show up with 3 boobs to see if you can sway the casting director?
That's what I've been doing wrong. Fuck.
For casting, I don't think I've ever put on any sort of makeup stuff that the character might have in terms of, I don't know, scarring or whatever. I just, you're trying to dress a little bit the part, but I don't think it's, if you were to cast stuff for both of you guys, would that be appreciated or unnecessary or distracting, or what would you think? If you were, let's say if you were casting for like Two-Face or something, and then someone comes in like half of like, you know, went to a makeup thing prior and got half of his face kind of like done up, what would you think of it? Like,
I could tell you what I'd think. They better fucking nail that audition, because they would walk in and I'd be like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" And so like you can't just be like, "Yeah, I could see this person." Like if they don't crush it, I'm probably not seeing them again for another year or two.
Yeah. Because, I mean, if it was something
That's ruthless. So ruthless. That's why nobody sees me anymore.
Man, if that was the case, though, if that was what they were doing, it would be a bad move if the director was there, because they've already got in their brain what they see the character as. So if they're coming in trying to think what the director wants, it would throw me out off the audition straight away. So if what
if they came in with a new angle where oh, that's, you know what, that actually does look good or something like that. You know what I mean? That's kind of, I mean, to a degree, that's kind of what you're doing as an actor too, when you're bringing in your own kind of flavor to a role. But then, yeah, I get it. It's a little bit different when it comes to prosthetics and physical look, I guess.
If you came in with 3 boobs, you're getting a call back. If you come in with half two-faced prosthetics, you better nail it. That's where my line is. That's a lot of work. They put a lot of work into that. That's all. It could be boobs. You get a call back.
Sure. Absolutely. Yeah. So anyways,
yeah,
a little derailed with Kaitlyn Leeb, but
it happens. I kind of wanted to it made me want to talk about Jason Momoa's audition for Game of Thrones. But you were gonna say something, Hayden?
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, the previous times that we've discussed it and the 3-boobed woman came up, I was like, why is that in both versions of the film? And I thought, oh, maybe it was in the original book or the original short story, but I haven't had a chance to read the short story. But from my minimal research, it's nothing. It's literally just an homage from one film to the next. So they obviously thought it was enough to be like, well, that original 1980 whatever one with Arnold Schwarzenegger's, you know, that was hey, whoa, that's something new. Well, we'll just put that in the next one. Just
like I said before, I think that scene in particular was the most memorable thing from the first movie. As a kid, it was so shocking.
Totally.
I was like, whoa. And that's all I remember.
You can have 3 of them?
Yeah, exactly. I remember that and Arnold's eyes popping out at one point.
So
good.
On that,
yes.
I really liked, because there's an iconic moment in the first one with Schwarzenegger, and he says, like, if I'm not me, then who am I? Or something like that. He gets really like amped.
Yeah.
So there's a direct homage. It's the exact same line. Colin Farrell does it, which I think is risky because it's such a moment in the original that to try and do something to compete or compare with it could easily be destroyed or like ruined and like people be on you about it. Colin Farrell's, and I don't know, it's probably so subtle. I don't even know if you guys would remember it. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. But I really liked the change that it was. And it was just, I think because it was just so subtle that it kind of flew under the radar. Do you guys remember it?
I will personally say I don't remember. I mean, I didn't rewatch the original one.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't have, coming to my head at all. But yeah, so hold on. I do want to say you seem to disagree with the casting of some people, Justin.
One person in particular, and I'm going to tell you who, but I'm curious, Hayden, did you pick up on Colin Farrell's "If I'm not me, then who am I" line?
No.
Yeah,
I did not.
God, it was that good. It was that good. If you notice it, if you know what I'm talking about, let me know, because I'm curious if anybody else picked it up. But he kind of just like it's almost like a moment of like everything's kind of rushing at him, and is just like a throwaway line. It's just literally like, I'm not me. Like, who am I? Like, it was very like internalized. Anyways, I thought it was a really good job of not butchering such a iconic moment from the first film.
Hmm.
But yes, as far as casting Shao, um, Harry, his best friend, I don't like him as an actor. Anytime I see him in something, I'm always like, ugh, I don't know. I don't think he's good. I do not think he's a good actor.
Oh, Bokeem.
Dude, there's this like, and especially in that one, like, he's got these moments, like, when he comes into when they're trying to escape from, I forget, one of the, the buildings, and they're coming down the elevator, and then they're surrounded, and Harry appears, and he's trying to convince Quaid, Colin Farrell's character, that he's still in recall, and they've infused him in, and he just does like these things. I don't know. I don't know how. I don't know. It's just terrible to me. I do not like it. I do not like his acting. I don't.
So
I think for me his role was so small that it didn't really. I mean, yeah, it wasn't great, but it also didn't bother me as much as, yeah.
It's dude. It's not even in just that film. Anytime I see him, like, I've watched him in a lot of things,
I feel like
and I see him. I think he's in Old Dads too. But whenever I see him in something, I'm just like, oh, this guy is terrible. Hayden.
on his character, are we led to believe that he's a planted person, like his wife?
in on it.
Yeah. Or is it literally he's like where, his freaking factory workers buddy, and they're just like, yo, this is what's going on. You need to
And he got
work with
shot
us
in the
now.
face.
Yeah.
He's planted. I always saw him as planted. I never even
same.
thought
Yeah.
of the other.
Yeah, same. I thought he was planted too. But
So he's
correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, of course I love Brian, and especially when he plays a little bit. I call him Brian on a first name basis, but
Yeah.
when
Well, you guys
he
are tight.
does, yeah, I told him he couldn't make it. I told him to come on, but I told him, sorry, I just didn't
Take it back. Garrett, try again.
I couldn't really buy into the fact that like his fighting scene, like he had like I don't know, like as prior to that, a lot of the action sequences were really really good and really like I thought that part of the movie was really well done in terms of the fight scenes and stuff like that. But and how he fought back with Kate Beckinsale at the beginning, and just what he's capable of doing, it didn't really mesh with me. How he kind of struggled a little bit against this dude. I don't know. It just kind of
like, you feel like he should have just been like totally able to handle himself, or
I mean, I know in terms of script writing or movie or whatever, it's just like you have to like level it in the sense that whatever, right? But I don't know. I was like, oh, what? Like these are the kind of things that kind of like, I don't know. It's like stupid, but like these are the kind of things I think about sometimes that like kind of bothers me. I wonder if there's any way around it, but yeah, I don't know.
It didn't stand out to me.
Yeah.
But what did stand out to me is how fucking awesome all the other action special effects sequences, the sets were fucking amazing. Like, visually, I thought it was awesome. I love and I think, like, having rewatched it, because I said that used to be my go-to, like, I'm sitting there, I just want to put something on, like, that was it. And then I hadn't watched it for years, and then so when it came up and we're like, hey, let's do this, and then rewatched it, I was like, I get it now. I get why. Like, the story's good. I like the story. The acting's really good. The sets are amazing. Cinematography, the special effects, VFX, all that stuff. I really liked.
So,
and I thought really good. I was like, 2012? I was like, damn, like, I guess CGI was really good in 2012.
it's not that long ago. But you can tell that it is a movie of its
It's
time
pre-kids for me,
period.
dude. Pre-kids for me. That's like 2013 was kids. Everything fucking changed.
Yeah. But okay.
Oh, you go ahead.
No, I watched it and I was like, oh, I can tell that this is like an early 2000s, 2010s movie because of the way that it was shot. There was a lot of like lens flares out of nowhere, like what the new Star Trek films had. And it took me a little while to kind of watch it and let those, blend into the rest of the look. Because instantly my eyes like, oh, why is that there? Where's the light source coming from? Like, oh, why is that there? Why is it so bright? Like, there's just all, and then you have to take a step away from dissecting it visually and just let it be. And then I was like, because I just looked at this guy's, Paul Cameron is the guy that shot it, and I looked back on the other films that he did around the same time, and well, he went Gone in 60 Seconds, which had a very specific look, nice color palette, but no lens flares, and then he did Swordfish, and then he did Man on Fire.
I forgot about Swordfish.
And then he did Collateral, and Collateral I remember sort of had that sort of same lighting to it, and then Deja Vu, so a couple of Denzel films, and then he did this one. So you can kind of see like the look kind of carried over, but I was like, man, there's so much light going on here. What the hell?
That's so funny. I didn't know. I don't notice the single lens. I mean,
There's
sure
so
I did
many
at the
of-
time, but it doesn't bother me.
It's like
so
J.J.
funny how-
Abrams when he did Star Trek. It's like, there's just, where are the lights coming from? Stars and
this is what's so great about film, though, right? Like, we talk about this one. I didn't even ask yet if you guys liked it or not, but I mean, I really did. But me for the actor, Shao for the fight scene, Hayden for the lens flares.
Well, the boobs.
These are all things that really
boobs.
bothered us personally, but the others are like, oh, I didn't notice. I didn't notice.
Yeah, I know. And actually, to answer your question, there are a lot of things I liked about this movie, but overall,
I don't like where this is going. I
didn't
don't
like.
You
big
know,
hairy
it bombed at
butt.
the box office. I don't know why people don't like
Well,
this movie.
It was still made money, this movie, but just didn't not as much as they anticipated. For me, I do think the story was good. I just think the execution of the story was a little bit sloppy at points, and it was just I don't know. I thought it was a little bit the pacing can be a little bit messy, and for me, there were parts for me that I was disengaged, but overall, I thought there were elements of it that made it a watchable movie for me. That's my take on it. The budget was, hold on, I have it here, 125 mil, and the box office was 212 almost. So it still made almost 100 million, but I guess they probably expected it to be.
Well, and I don't think it had good reviews either. Like, I think it was
No,
just
it didn't.
like-
No, it didn't.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Some people liked it, and a lot of people were saying that it can't compare to the first one or like whatever. But
people get fucking uptight about remakes too, I feel like.
I mean, maybe if you ask someone who it's hard to say. Maybe one day when your kids are old enough to watch it, you can don't let them watch the original one. Maybe let them watch the first one and then the original ones, and ask them which they like better. You know what I mean? It's probably just super different depending if you watched which one's first or whatever.
I think that too, and also kids are so used to good graphics when you go back to old graphics. But Hayden, what did you think about it?
I totally forgot how fast paced it just went from one action sequence to the next, just boom, 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 kind of like a Transformers film, which obviously came out at the same time. Maybe that was what the studios wanted. They're like, how can we get from one action scene to the next? And I didn't feel like there was quite enough time spent on those slower scenes before something else ramped up. It didn't allow the tension to build, and then hills and valleys. It was just kind of like up a hill a little, and then up another, and then I was like, it can't keep going up and up and up. Which, when it came to the final fight scene, I thought it was too quick.
Yeah,
and it was over.
I love
a
quick ending fight scene.
But it didn't feel like he. I'm glad you added fight scene on the end of that. I love a quick
Oh
ending.
yeah, I love a quick
Fight
ending.
scene. But I was just like, okay, so the Bryan Cranston's character, he's this big mastermind, and he does all of these tricks while, to get him to find the what's his nuts, who was the leader of the rebellion or whatever. And I was like, okay, so this guy is one step ahead of everybody, and then it was just felt like it was kind of over. I'm like, this guy has the upper hand, and then I didn't feel like there was enough. But that's
I could see where you're coming from, because I think Colin Farrell's performance, I mean all the actors really, but specifically him, where he really shone for me. Shined.
Shown.
Was
Where he really
bright.
shined for me. Yeah. Was in those moments, those ones you're talking about, where he's reflecting and finding things. But that is going to lead me into my next question, which hopefully you guys even have an answer for it after hearing your opinions on it. Because I know what you guys hated about the film, I'm curious, did you have a favorite moment?
Well,
Okay, already discussed his.
Okay.
his 8-hour extended cut of it.
Shao doesn't answer this question. That was quick. Hayden.
He's done.
fuck. Hayden, you want to go first?
Yeah, we know Shao's.
Let me think of my second one. Let me think. You go first.
Favorite moments. Well, we previously discussed it. The finding the key moment was a nice one. It was a short one, because obviously it was a bridging moment to when's the next time they're gonna, amp up the action scene. But it's a really nice scene, and I wish that they had spent just a fraction longer on those down scenes. But that one is really good just because of performance wise, and I don't know. And then obviously it's an early on action sequence, but the car where he disengages the magnets on it, that whole
cool.
chase scene up until that part, and then obviously when they're going through all of the like zigzaggy elevator stuff, it's good pacing and intensity. And then it's like, what's happening next? Those kind of scenes, they worked really well for me visually and emotionally, the ups and downs of that sort of thing. So those were kind of my standout points. Slow one and a fast one,
when that hover car fell, and sort of you get the reveal of the like there's a city under the city.
Yeah,
I thought it was kind of cool. I was like, oh, because really in the future, you can only go up. So this idea of you kind of have, it's almost like a class system, right?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, Shao, you're about to say.
No, I agree with you guys in terms of, I think the way they painted the city and built the city, I think that's a really impressive feat, I guess. It's not, I mean, I sometimes I wonder, because it's so action oriented and action packed, I was thinking about what does the script look like when they read it? You know what I mean? All these like action sequences and stuff. But I think for me, the scene that I actually really enjoyed was the moment he was like, what the like with John Cho, the part where he was going to get everything whatevered. You know what scene that I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And then and then he's like freaking out. John Cho's freaking out because they detected something, and then he just like kills everyone. And he's like, whoa, I like that, the execution of that scene a lot, actually.
Nice.
Yeah. You know what I liked about that is that he's only in it. John Cho's only in it for what, like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
But they give him a title credit at the start, which is great, I think. I'm like, but it's not like and starring, when they usually give that to just like a cameo person.
Yeah, and Kaitlyn Leeb didn't get anything in the beginning.
That's bullshit.
I know. But I was like, John Cho's one was, I forgot. I didn't forget about that scene, but I forgot about it. He was like, you lied. You are, one of your memories is real. And he's like, what are you talking about? I am a fucking factory worker in Australia. Like, give me.
He's like, yeah, I never had an affair. And that's like, no, this double agent. So
Yeah.
for me, and maybe it's for two reasons, but for me, it's when he shoots Harry in that lobby scene of the building.
Because you hate the actor. Yeah, we get it.
One, because I hate the actor, but I thought for me, like that was the moment he was all in.
Yeah.
Because all up to it, he's not sure. He's got all these people telling these different things, doesn't know what's going on. People are trying to kill him, his wife, who he thought, but now this woman who's been in his dreams has appeared. He's got to run, and then all this shit's happening, and all of a sudden, Harry, what are you doing here? Like he's in all it's I'm in recall with you, man. Like, and you can see like the thought, and then he hands the gun over, and then he's like, would I do that? And you can just see this all processing.
Mm.
And he's got his best friend telling him one thing, with his wife standing outside like with the blanket on, and then this woman from his dreams who he barely knows, but there's like this connection, and she's saying like, like they're messing with you, like you got to kill him, and he's saying he's got to kill her, and then there's that moment and he just fucking puts one in his head, and I was like that was it. That's where he's like, I know, and the decision's made, he's all in. And for me, like I just love that. And it wasn't even like the whole action sequence or anything before or after. It was just like that moment where he made the decision to pull the trigger is like symbolic. I mean, I love that moment.
I mean, yeah, it's a very pivotal moment in the I mean, it's one of those forks in the road where if he took the other direction, okay, credits.
Yeah, directed by.
Yeah.
I was like, oh wow, that's a really nice like 20-minute short.
Yeah. Hey. Okay, so last question. Okay. I feel like I know Shao's answer already. God damn.
Three-breasted woman.
Yeah, just whatever the question is, that's its answer.
Kaitlyn Leeb. Okay.
Would you recall, and what would it be if you would? Damn, the hard-hitting questions, boys.
Okay, I'm gonna just jump in, and then if I have more of an answer afterwards, I'll just add to it.
Sure.
If it was okay, so it's in that world space that it's a thing, but even in that world space, it's not a sure thing. It's like there are still glitches to it. If I was guaranteed of it not like messing with my brain and making me somewhat schizophrenic, thinking that things were real and some things that weren't, yeah, I would absolutely do it, because it would give you the opportunity to experience anything you ever wanted to imagine. But if there was a part, because the human brain is a weird and wonderful thing, if there was a part of it that made you question whether or not what your reality is it real? Which also brings up the philosophical question of what your brain tells you is real, regardless of whether it is physically real or not. So if there was a fail-safe that nothing would interrupt and disrupt my actual brain and physical self, yeah, I would give it a shot. But if there was a hint of anything...
Okay, so let's say
okay, you're gonna give me an example.
It goes into a memory, you get a memory, and it's like you had it. Of course, like, okay, if you want to get philosophical, like,
always,
if you know you went to recall and you had a memory, and then you'd be like, well, which memories are real? Like, fuck that shit. You just like, let's just pretend you recall, you get the memory. It's like it happened, no side effects. Do you know what you would recall?
What would I recall? I know, because I've done it all. I've experienced everything.
Okay, well, I'll start while you got.
Okay. One I would like, because this is, I think, what everybody would, the opportunity to know what it would feel like to be someone of significance in society, whether it be celebrity or, I would go celebrity first over like political
Kaitlyn Leeb?
Yeah, I would like, that's Shao's one. He would like to know what it was like to have 3 things here instead of just none.
Yeah,
but I would like to see what
I would want my life to be in that moment with her.
That's your recall?
That's my recall.
Yeah.
You as her or you as
Oh, that would be awesome if you were
Re-
her, Shao. Oh.
Or you as recalling that moment over and over and over again.
Ooh. If I was her, hey, that'd be interesting.
So that would be
Just
your
the top
recall.
half.
I would like.
that.
So that's another one. If you would recall what it would be like to be of a different gender. That's the age-old question, is it not?
Wow.
would
Hayden's got some
deep.
Hayden's got some issues. But Shao, is there anything?
Hey, I haven't paid for therapy yet. You guys are doctors to me.
Do you have one? Can you get back to me?
I'll go. Yeah. I'll stop. So originally when I was thinking about this, basically what happened to him would be epic. Like being like a double agent, like the glitz and the glam and of high royalty. Like to me, like being in like action. Like I'm an adrenaline junkie. So being in some action would be epic. But I don't actually have to go put myself in danger, but like I'll have this epic memory of how awesome I was.
Yeah.
So for me, like that would definitely be up there, but my biggest dream in the world is to go to space. Like I want to experience what it's like. Like I want to see Earth from the moon. I want to know what it's like to be in orbit around Earth. So I think for me, like Mars would be cool, but I worry it'd be too far because I really just want to see the beauty that Earth is from, millions of kilometers away. So I would have the recall of going and doing like a moon landing, having a little moonwalk, and then coming back to Earth. I think that's what my recall would be.
Would you, in your recall, would you know how to do a moonwalk on them so you can say you?
Oh, dude, I was in
Sport.
my version, it hadn't been invented yet. So when I do that, I'm live streaming it for the first time. And by the time I land, fucking Michael Jackson is doing it. Like that's how big it got that he copied me.
He saw you.
He saw me.
Right.
And rose from the dead and started moonwalking. It's powerful stuff.
Very good.
Yeah.
I think for me, it's there were a couple that I was kind of, but I think it would be very interesting to live a life of a professional athlete because it's something that I mean in a level like in a high level professional athletes.
So not soccer?
No, an actual sport. So if
tennis.
No, I mean like if I was one of the best at blank, you know what I mean? If like a Steph Curry or like whatever, who's like
okay, well, hold on.
Which kind of changes the game in a way. And because sorry, go on.
What sport would you pick?
I was doing flip-flopping between ice hockey and basketball. Both things I'm not really good at. So
you're good. Just not really good.
Not professional athlete good. Just
yeah.
Professional actor good. Yeah.
Or I'm not even gonna get in. I was gonna say like maybe like a boxer, but like whatever, because like those have like shorter lifespans or whatever, right? So you can kind of like I'm really physical, so it's like you get that, and then same with you. It's like adrenaline junkie stuff. I don't get anything bad with my body. I just have have that kind of life in me, and I can still live my life now. Whereas if you're like a boxer, or if you're a ice hockey player or whatever, you can have kind of things that can make the rest of your life a little bit more difficult depending on your injuries, I guess.
What's cool about that choice too, actually, is Hayden's was so boring. I don't even remember what it was now. Oh yeah, he wanted to be a queen. But so for
queen,
like
I didn't say anything about royalty.
No, but
or like a drag queen. What kind of queen we talking about here? Shao wanted to be three-breasted woman, so he's more of a queen than mine.
He is. He's the queen of queens. But with hockey or basketball, that's like a whole career. Like mine, go to the moon. It's however many days, weeks, whatever it would be. Yours is like a lifetime of a recall. That's a good put. That's a good pick.
Thank you. Yeah, I wanted to, drain it as much as I can. You know what I mean? Make the most of it. Yeah.
That's what you attempt every night. So I think we should move on to let's move on to, let's get to some total recall, total fabrication.
Please.
So here's the dealio. I'm going to put you to test, play along at home if you've seen, or even if you haven't. You have a 1 in 3 chance of getting every question right. The game is total recall or total fabrication. I am going to give you 3 statements. And then you are going to give me which one is the total fabrication. And this is all related to, obviously, Total Recall 2012. So we'll see how much you retained. And we'll really see if Shao watched the movie paused at 19 minutes and 24 seconds.
You got that time stamped.
No, I mean, if it's right, it was totally lucky. But okay. So we're gonna do 9. So first to how many Shao wins?
5.
Nice math. Love putting people on this. Okay. Are you guys ready?
Is it a ding 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 situation?
Yeah. But let's say you got a ding in.
Okay.
So I'll
We
give
like a bit of a ding in.
I'll give 3 statements, and then you which one's the total fabrication. And actually, having this conversation with you two earlier, there's actually some things you brought up and talked about that are in this. So I thought, ooh, this should be kind of fun. Anyways, here we go. Set 1. In the 2012 remake, the hover cars used on set were mostly practical effects, not CGI. Statement 2. Colin Farrell almost dropped out of the movie because of a scheduling conflict with another film. Or 3. The concept of Mars, central to the original Total Recall, is entirely removed from the 2012 version. Which one is the total fabrication?
Ooh. Okay, Colin Farrell.
Ding, 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 ding.
Okay, you go,
Hayden?
The middle one, he almost dropped out due to scheduling conflicts, which is probably totally true.
That is incorrect.
Ah. So it'd have to be, I can't, that's Shao gets a free.
Not a free one. I'm still 50-50.
Well, if you watch the movie,
yeah,
then
it should be easy.
Oh, wait, that was a super big hint.
Oh, was it?
Wait,
I mean, he really did pause it. He paused it.
I'm literally trying to remember what the last one is now.
Do you want me to read the first and third one again?
Please. No, there's a third one. Just a third one.
The concept of Mars, central to the original Total Recall, is entirely removed from the 2012 version.
Yeah, I don't recall any of that. I actually don't, so I'm gonna go with C.
The third one?
Yeah.
No, that one in fact is true.
Oh, fuck.
Because you're trying to guess the lie, yeah. And that one says that it was all removed. Total fabrication.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I know, it's kind of like a double negative. The hover cars were mostly CGI with only a few practical elements.
Okay.
So blank. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Set 2. First statement. Kate Beckinsale's character Lori was originally supposed to have a robotic arm. 2. Jessica Biel had to undergo weapons training to play Melina. 3. Bryan Cranston plays the primary villain, which was his first major role as an antagonist in a science fiction film. So you're looking for the fake one, the lie, the total fabrication.
That last part of the question is very specific.
Of the statement, yeah.
Yeah, the statement.
Okay, ding, 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 ding.
Oh, Shao.
I will go with. But okay, Jessica, it's like too obvious. Okay, let's go with Bryan Cranston as that. Yeah, as the antagonist.
That is incorrect. That is
That's
a
his
true
first.
statement.
Oh,
It's a total
because-
recall.
So we got, what was
You
it?
got Kate Beckinsale, and you got
Bacon Kate Beckinsale's character was supposed to have a robotic arm. Jessica Biel had to undergo weapons training to play Melina.
And it's what, the fake one?
Yeah.
It would, the first statement.
That is correct.
Mm.
The total fabrication, Kate Beckinsale's character was not intended to have a robotic arm.
Because Jessica Biel would have learned weapons training for Blade, which came out almost like half a decade earlier. So,
And also she had to do it for this film too.
yeah. Because what was the Bryan Cranston one? I guess he was in.
It was
He did an X-Files, didn't he?
It's the statement is that it was his first major role as an antagonist in a science action film. That's true. That was his first major role.
Oh, okay. I was
Remember,
like,
you're
that's
looking for the false statement.
Yeah.
The name is confusing. Total recall, total fabrication. Let's just call it
true or
two
false.
truths and a lie. Find the lie.
True Lies.
True Lies, another Arnold film.
Arnold. Yeah.
One Hayden. Here we go. Round 3. In 2012, Total Recall was supposed to have a sequel, but it was canceled due to low box office performance. Number 2, a scene where Quaid, Colin Farrell, drives a motorcycle on the side of a building was cut due to budget constraints. 3, the film's hover cars were designed to look like futuristic versions of classic American muscle cars. Which is the lie?
Oi.
Ding ding ding.
Oh, Shao.
I'm gonna go with B.
That is correct. There was never intended to be, there was no canceled motorcycle scene. 1-1.
Yeah.
'cause
I just
sometimes
thought
it's easier to find the
reason for
truth.
that. I just thought that at that point, it's already a high budget thing. I feel like the studio, because I think they wanted to put a lot into this. This was supposed to be a big movie that they probably would have given it a little bit more if they need. That was my thought, anyways.
Good problem solving. Love it. 1-1.
It sounds like a Tom Cruise thing. Was it a Paramount film? I can't remember.
Let's just go with it. I think it was.
If he was in it, he would have ridden that motorcycle for real down the side of a building.
And without a helmet and straight up a building too. You wouldn't have cared.
Up or down, doesn't matter.
All right, one apiece. Round 4. Here we go. Statement 1. Colin Farrell's Quaid never traveled to Mars in the 2012 version, unlike Arnold Schwarzenegger's version in the original. 2. The movie's visual style was inspired by a mixture of Blade Runner and Minority Report. 3. The robot soldiers were actually extras in costumes rather than CGI creations.
What was the first? Fuck.
I'll read them again as you need them. Yeah. First one.
Yeah.
The first one is Quaid, Colin Farrell, never travels to Mars in the 2012 version, unlike Arnold Schwarzenegger's version in the original. 2, the movie's visual style was inspired by a mixture of Blade Runner and Minority Report. Or 3, the robot soldiers were actually extras in costumes rather than CGI creations. Which one's the lie?
I'll ding.
Okay.
I think C.
Yep,
It's
that's correct. The robot soldiers were mostly CGI. No extras in costume. Yeah.
I was hoping that because they all sounded very true, and I was hoping that one was the close-ups of those robots might have been people. Who knows? Or they probably just built a bust that they could cut in half. Anyway, dang it, I'm
2-1.
behind.
2-1, round 5. There's still time.
You say first to 5 or out of 5?
First to 5.
Okay. Sorry, I'm delaying.
Oh, that's good. Gather yourself. Have a little throat coat. Here we go. Round 5. Jessica Biel's character, Melina, was originally meant to have a British accent. 2, the three-breasted woman character is a reference to a fan favorite moment in the 1990 Total Recall. 3, the film originally had an ending where Quaid finds out he's still in recall and that everything was a simulation. Which one is the lie?
you want to
Ding
go
ding
for
ding
it?
ding 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 ding.
Hayden.
Kate Beckinsale's a British accent.
That's correct. Jessica Biel's character was
Sorry, Jessica
originally
Biel.
because obviously Kate was not meant to have a British accent. That's correct. Woohoo, 2-2. We got a game.
It
Here
would
we
have
go,
been
round
such a cop out. Sorry to just jump in if
No,
they
no,
had
no
made it the fact that he was in recall still the whole thing. That's like the first thing they teach you in writing is never have something be a dream. Like the whole so he wakes up at the end of the
Psych.
film and oh what? Unless of course you're Christopher Nolan and he leaves it on a cliffhanger like is it a dream? The Inception.
Yeah.
That's
spin.
why you had issue with the one short that we did together, Hayden. Didn't you have a problem with
Probably.
the writing? The one that shall not be named. Do you
Yeah.
remember the one that shall not be
We
named?
we rewrote it enough so that it wasn't a dream or whatever the whole thing ended up being. I was like, you can't, no, we're not that good
Yeah.
to be able to pull that off. First of all, like learn the rules before you break the rules. All right, so
That's
you
it.
gotta. But anyway, I digress. You
Okay,
can watch that
2-2,
film
round
on
6.
YouTube.
Here we go. Colin Farrell insisted on doing almost all his stunts for the action sequences. 2, the film's director, Len Wiseman, is married to Kate Beckinsale, who plays Laurie. 3, the police chase scene took over 2 months to film because of the complex stunts and CGI work.
Ding ding.
Which one's a lie? Shao Pin.
I'll say B is the lie.
That's incorrect.
Ding ding ding. C.
Hayden.
I don't believe it
That is
took
correct.
2 months,
The police
maybe
chase
2
scene
weeks.
did not take 2 months. Yeah. Oh, 3-2. Here we go. Round 7. 1, Bryan Cranston, who plays the villain Cohagen, wore prosthetic makeup to look older and more intimidating. 2, a cameo by Arnold Schwarzenegger was initially written into the script, but never filmed. 3, the scene with the memory implant chair was directly inspired by The Matrix. Which one's the lie?
Ding ding ding. I'll say A is the lie.
That is correct. Bryan Cranston didn't wear prosthetic makeup.
I don't recall him.
Oh, you
looking-
keep doing that.
Yeah,
Three-
I have a very vivid image of him in my head. I'm like, that doesn't look like he looks,
The same as he always does.
Yeah.
3-3. Round
How many
8.
questions are left now? 2 more, right?
Round 8. 2 more.
So we
two
could
more.
tie because we both failed the first one.
That's
So do
right.
you have a in your pocket tiebreaker? Well, we'll discuss it if we get there.
I got
Yeah.
What kind of confidence is that? Go for the dubs. All right, round 8.
Because I'm gonna deliberately tank it so we do draw.
Oh, okay.
That's the confidence level up here.
I love it. The movie's plot includes a world where only 2 territories are habitable due to global chemical warfare. 2, the recall machine shown in the film was an actual functioning piece of technology, not just a prop. 3, in one version of the script, Quaid, Colin Farrell's character, had a sidekick who was a former recall technician. Which one's the lie?
Ding 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 ding.
Oh boy, here we go. It's basically between 2. You digged it first, you can't stall.
C.
That is incorrect.
I knew it.
I'm gonna go with A.
That is incorrect.
What?
So it's the piece of technology was actually real.
Shao.
I thought that was.
Yeah.
I thought that was like I thought that was the obvious one. Like the that it could actually is it just like a technology that could actually work.
Okay, that's B. That was B.
Well, no, I thought that was the obvious.
Oh,
Not a lie.
Shao, you didn't know that the movie's plot includes 2 territories that are only 2 territories in the world that are habitable?
I guess I forgot.
It's like at the very start of the film. Because I always loved the fact that
He
it was.
fast forwarded. He
Yeah.
fast forwarded to the 3 rounds.
I didn't know what
Pause.
was talking about.
It's like
He's like,
England and
"Oh,
parts of
I
Europe.
thought
and then
maybe
Australia.
there's like there's like, oh, maybe there's more, but too far away. You know what I mean? Like
It is
maybe like this in the fine print, like a small detail. You know what I
they
mean?
do make it tricky, but honestly, Shao, you heard that she was in it. You turned it on, you fast forwarded to see if it was true, you paused it, and you never went back.
That's like a half true.
And then
Okay,
watch
I'll
the
take
trailer to get the rest of the story.
That's
Yeah.
right. Okay,
Yeah.
the ninth and final round, 3 apiece. This is it,
we go.
boys. Who wants it? Who wants it?
I want it.
You want it now?
Okay. 1. Colin Farrell studied the original Total Recall, but chose to avoid imitating Schwarzenegger's portrayal. 2. I don't know if you can hear the water gushing. 2. The hover car chase was one of the most expensive sequences filmed for the movie. 3. Len Wiseman had originally planned to include a sequence with Quaid fighting on Mars' surface in a spacesuit. Which one is the lie?
Ding ding ding.
She's going for it. Let's go. What do you got, baby?
I'm going with the last one.
That's it. That's it. He never planned on a Mars sequence.
Because there was no Mars in it ever. Was that the last
Shao.
question?
That's it. That was
was a
round
tiebreaker.
down for the Dubs.
I thought it was. Oh, it was 3-3, wasn't it? I thought I had the lead.
Yeah.
Ah, well.
You did for a brief moment, but you know what?
He didn't
Just
actually
like
know it, though. It was like
recall-
deductive reasoning.
That's that's how you play the game. That's
Yeah.
how the game works.
You don't necessarily have to know the answer, just you know what one's not right.
What a thriller.
Hey, that was very exciting. Thank you guys for playing. I hope you played along at home. I think that's it. I think I want to end it there. I don't know if you guys had any last things that you wanted to say about it that maybe you felt like you never got a chance to say in one of the earlier segments. I know we didn't get into any other reboots at all, but I didn't think we needed to. I think just getting into all that stuff was a good time. You guys have anything else that you felt like? What's her name, Shao? One more
Kaitlyn
time.
Leeb.
He's
Kaitlyn
not even
Leeb.
looking at the computer anymore. He's got that like in his
In the
brain.
memory banks, in the spank bank. Yeah.
Yeah. What?
For anyone who wants to follow her on Instagram,
Oh God.
at Kate Dubs, KAITDUBZ on Instagram. And anyways, that's her. Thank you.
Shao, can you put your
Let me-
shirt back on?
And pants tied up.
That's the one. I have my shirt on, just not my pants.
That's why he's sitting down.
That's right. That's right.
I just wanted to say I love a film that represents Australia as the place where the hero is from. So I always enjoyed the fact. But I always laugh that it's called The Colony. I was like, that's
kind of.
Well,
kind of
it's
fitting.
I mean it's historically accurate, of course, but
Yeah.
it's like we're not all criminals. But then he said a film in the future. I mean, the story was from the 60s, so it would have been still 100 odd years later. But I just wanted to say that. Aussie represent.
Love it. Avi represent. Well, I hope you had a good time. Hope you had some fun playing along. I hope that if this inspired you to go watch it again, that you go watch it again. Because unlike these assholes and what they think, it actually is a really good movie.
I didn't say I
And-
didn't like it. I just dissected it a little bit, so I enjoyed it. See, hear the lie in the voice. I
Hayden
enjoyed it.
Treated it like a frog in grade 9 science class. And on that, thanks everybody for tuning in. Email us chummythumbs@gmail.com. Recently, we got onto Blue Sky. You can follow us if you're over there. Until next week, keep on thumbing.
I feel like I may be undefeated right now.